That's good to know, though. When she comes back, I'll have to put you guys on the opposite ends of your room. I love it. Does anybody want the swamp cooler on, by the way? Maybe the fan. The fan? Okay. Yeah, you guys are definitely on the side that would get a lot colder with the swamp cooler. So I don't want to chill you guys out. So okay. There we go. Beautiful. Got the fan going. And let's take a couple of really good deep breaths to get your body kind of calibrated to class. We're here. We're comfortable. We're excited for all the good stretching to come. And so connecting with our intention for today, I've been thinking of the idea of alignment, kind of like a car. If a car is out of alignment, not only do you have to struggle with the steering wheel, kind of constantly tugging it to one side, but it also kind of chews away the tires. The tires will get like one half of it just completely eaten away way faster than it should. Like it should last way longer. And so different problems start to happen when you're not aligned. And there's parts of our body that tend to get out of alignment, like the sacrum. That sacrum is one of those notorious spots. And it will tilt, it will, bring pain when the sacrum's out of alignment. It's pushing bone into bone or even bone into nerve to make it so one side of your leg just has pain shooting down it, or even just numbness. So there's all sorts of issues that happen when our body's not aligned. And so we're gonna imagine in our class today, our big goal more than anything else is to help align things right back up. So inversions, honestly, one of the key best ways to get into alignment. That helps our body hang. It gives our bones space to kind of reset. But besides that, we'll take lots of good stretches, all sorts of things that get our body back into alignment, especially focusing on that hip, sacral, low back area. Directive. Good. When you're ready, take your right knee into the chest, give it a hug, maybe a couple of ankle rolls. And leg up to sky when you're ready. Give it that huge stretch. Bring the heel to the back left part, slide the shin in. This is one of those first deep stretches for that hip. So imagine creating extra space on that right half of the sacrum. Deep breaths continuing to circulate. They remind our body we're in a safe space. We don't have to be so tense. We can open up to the stretches. One more deep inhale. Exhale, free the leg out, maybe give it a stretch up to sky, and when you're ready, drop it down. Second knee into the chest, give it the hug, maybe some ankle rolls. And as we start to stretch the leg up to the sky, I like to make sure that we include the surrounding areas. We if the hamstrings get really tight, they kind of pull the rest of the bones of the hips and sacrum out of alignment. So helping them stretch just helps our whole body stay in alignment. Now hooking heel to the back right, slide the shin in. Deep belly breaths. Take one more good deep breath all the way in. And out. Breathe the leg out. Drop it down. And let's go right into our first inversion. So feet kick off the front. Let's slide our thumbs down once we're sitting up. So thumbs are on that back end. Hoping to push the fabric all the way to that back side of the pant line. Once it's there, tilt back, wrap the legs. And we're upside down. See how much you can let the muscles relax. So at least at that level, that physical level, that space can happen for the alignment. And imagine the more we can get the physical body aligned, the more the deeper levels start to fall into place. So physical is aligned, and then naturally spiritual starts to get aligned. And mental, emotional, and all parts of who we are. Those that still want to hang, keep on enjoying it. I'll give you another minute or two. Those that have been up for a little while, let's take a nice shoulder stretch. We're gonna clasp our hands behind our back. We're gonna shift our hands all the way over to that right hip. And then the right ear is gonna drop down over the right shoulder. Play with what exact angles are gonna help you out. So sometimes it's slightly in front of the head is slightly in front of shoulder or head slightly behind the shoulder. Just find that spot that's perfect. If the head eases up here, take the hands over to the left hip. And then left ear will drop over left shoulder. As we rise up, let the hands release for a moment, drop the chin to the chest, and just let the head be heavy in that direction. Head up, we'll take a spinal twist. Bunch up the fabric toward the front door side. That shoulder opens up to the back wall, or that hand circles all the way around the head. And switch it out, changing directions. Beautiful. And as we release our way back forward, bunch the fabric up on both sides. Lift the hips right up and out. Taking the fabric under the shoulder blades, block the slack out. And then keep on leaning into the fabric, but take the feet right back under the plumb line, so under those metal pieces. So Michael, you're too far forward. You want your feet to be under plumb line. Good. Okay, so then from this spot, inhale, we're gonna circle our arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands down, drop the knees low, and then straighten back forward. Good, and then drop low, just circle back. Good, and we're gonna kind of teeter-totter back and forth. Inhale, arms down. Exhale, arms up. Good, we'll take another 5. 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. From here, you've got 2 options. This is going to squeeze your shoulder blades to behind you to help stretch the front of the shoulders. So option 1 would be from standing. You walk forward, catching your elbows, and then kind of lean forward to a good angle. Option 2 would be doing the same thing, but from a kneeling place. So from kneeling, you're starting to kind of plank forward. You'll have to play with how both the skin of your elbows can tolerate this, and also how much weight your shoulders can take. Good. Coming to a kneeling spot if you haven't already. What we're going to do is try to bend forward until each hand can find each end of the fabric. Because it takes a little bit of maneuvering to get there. But once you've got an easy grip on each side, start to let the hips go back forward. So it's a slightly different stretch. You choose how much of a cobra you want or just the shoulder stretch. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, start to sit the hips back. Let the arms go on the floor, stretching forward, a normal child pose. Let that forehead rest down. Imagine good bones and muscles aligning after being opened up so much, so beautifully. Okay, so one thing we can do to help make sure that any alignment that we do stays in place is to help to strengthen the muscles around it. So strengthen the core, strengthen the back, all those goodies. So we're going to do a little bit of strengthening here. So come up to a kneeling place and walk yourself in front of your fabric so that when you lift up your right foot, you can catch your right foot into the fabric. Good. Okay, so we're all here. You can play with how far forward or how far back you are. You'll just have to play with it once you're in this first one. But what I want us to do is to bump the other leg back into three-legged dog. Good. So now shoulders go over wrists, and then that foot on the floor can either stay or take a moment to bump up and down. Good, three-legged dog. Let's repeat that another 6. And 5. Always know you can take breaks if needed. 4. 3. 2. 1. Then take that right knee underneath us into pigeon pose, lower to elbows. Good. Turning to this side, you're going to be facing towards front door. Your left hip is on the ground. Yep. I'm the opposite, just because I'm facing the other way. Okay, so a couple of options here. First option would be bent knee, and then you'll lift the hip up and down. Second option, straight leg, lifting up and down. Third option, the straight leg version, and then once you're up, you also lift the foot up and down. Okay, so lucky number 7, do what you can do. We're lifting up, maybe up again, and down. Here's 6, and 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Good, roll onto your back. We're starting off strong. We'll get to some good stretching time, so don't worry. Okay, so from here, let's just do a nice little bridge variation. So the left leg goes straight up to sky, and then hips lift directly up. Hips settle down, leg goes down. And we're taking 6, 5, Here's 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good, and then leg up just to catch onto it, grabbing it for a stretch. Try to let the hips and the sacrum melt into the earth, releasing all their effort. And this left leg is just getting whatever stretch is available. Get into the IT band for this left leg. Take the right hand to the outside of the calf or thigh, and then tilt the leg just at about 45-degree angle across the body to the right. That'll start to lift that left hip off the ground. And just imagine extra space in that sacrum area. So it's like pulling space open right there. The leg that's in the fabric, drop it to the floor. This leg that was crossing over bends the knee. And then continue to twist it a bit deeper all the way across the body. And roll all the way over to come to kneel. Got one more side with all that. So when you're kneeling in front, this time we're putting our left foot into the fabric. Okay, once you got it caught, three-legged dog. Come up to that down dog shape and then extend both legs straight. So going to plank, shoulders over wrist, maybe right foot lifts and lengths. Three-legged dog. Here's 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And pigeon pose. Good work. Okay, dropping the right hip down, that should face us to back door. Choose your variation, bend knee, straight leg, or maybe straight leg and the lift, your choice. Let's lift up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work, we're almost there. Lay on your back. Okay, right leg up, hips up, down and down. Here's 6. Keep the breath flowing with you. 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1. Good. After your last one, catch your right leg. And then try to settle the hips, all the bones into the earth as we just help that hamstring out. Straight leg crosses at the 45-degree angle to the left. I like to take the left hand to the outside of the leg to just kind of help weigh it down. Hip is just starting to lift off the ground. Sliding the leg that's in the fabric out to the floor, then the leg that was twisting, and it's a full spinal twist on the ground. Okay, when we spiral out of the twist, plant both feet, do a little crunch to grab onto the fabric on each side. And then here we're going to do some nice little pull-ups. You choose how many until you're ready to come up to stand. Keep breathing. Keep going if you're doing strong. When you're ready to be up, we're going to take straddle back. We're going to play with the handstand variation first. From that point, you can do whatever you want with the straddle back, any variations that you know. So, fabric across sacrum. One foot steps forward, one foot back. And then we bend the knees. Lean back. Tiptoe forward until you're under plumb line. And then hands up, knees wide. And wrap the feet. Good. So for the handstand, get your hands planted right under your shoulders. Our toes are definitely wrapping for this one. What we do is simultaneously straighten the arms and straighten the legs. Squeezing our thighs together, that'll help you out. Gonna take that last little bit of slack out. Good. Squeeze the feet even to try to touch. Good inner thigh work right there. It's like a thigh master. Then you choose how long to stay here. You could always just release hands from here, keeping the legs the same. That's kind of a fun variation. Other times I'll bend the knees out wide again. Take any little options that I know. I know there are several that we're working on shoulders and back today. So this is an amazing place to work on twisting and opening the shoulders. So sometimes I'll take one hand to the top of my mat, one hand to the back of the mat. And just try to keep the hips still, but let the rest of your body just spiral. And same thing, the opposite direction. Other times I'll just let my spine hang and I'll clasp my hands behind my back, trying to drop them down. I'm going to give you lots of time, just play around with whatever feels good for a moment until you feel ready to come up and out, no rush. Going back to recover. You're in that recovery phase. Maybe you're leaning to one side, leaning to the other. Taking a little back bend. At some point, you'll know that your recovery is good, you're complete. So you'll let me know by coming up to stand, but no rush. If you still need some breaths, you just got here. Sometimes I'll test the waters. It's like, okay, am I good? Am I sure? And when you're happy, sooner or later, you'll take fabric out in front. Let's get into some good hip hamstring type stuff. So let's start off by stepping the right foot into the fabric. The right knee is past the fabric so that as I start to turn my knee out to the side, it kind of locks itself in place. My left hand grabs the foot and tries to pull it up. It's only the amount that your knee is okay with. So my knee is okay with going about parallel. Other people, it's a steeper angle. So just choose your angle and then an easy grip left and right. Literally just sinking right like an inch forward is about all it takes here. Okay, take your weight back, slip off that thigh, take the fabric to that ankle, leg is straight out in front of us. So we're taking a spinal twist. The left hand grabs the right side or the left hand pushes on the right side. And then the right arm spirals open. The more I can get the leg to cross toward that left top side of the mat, the better I feel this into IT band, the more space I have in that sacrum. Spiraling the spine for a good twist. And as you start to return forward, grip one hand up high on each side. Just test the waters. How much can I sink forward? Weight comes back over standing leg. From here, we're gonna hop slightly forward. And then when the leg opens out to the side, if it kind of just stays at the side, that's the good spot for your standing foot. If it kind of tries to fall forward or fall backward, that's just an indication, okay, I need to hop the foot to a slightly different spot. When it stays, we're gonna bunch up both hands on both strands of fabric, slide one hand down, right hand down, left hand up. This is a huge lateral stretch for this left side body, but also a good leg opener. So maybe sink more weight to take side split, that's up to you. Good, weight coming back. This left hand grabs just the bottom strand, the closer one. Right hand releases, bending the knee, send the foot behind you. And then once it's behind, then right hand grabs the other strand. So it forms an X crossed low behind our back. You got it.
My arms crossed.
It just did a funky thing, but you got it. You got the way there. So let's take a dancer's pose. Slide closer to the shoulders. Elbows point forward. And then as we start to lean forward, kick the foot into the fabric to create the lift. Good. Rising back up. From here, lean backwards into the fabric. That should pull that right quad into a nice stretch. Okay. So from here, bring your weight back over your leg. This left hand can grab on for safety. And let's just try to test the waters. Let's see how much mobility we have. With left hand gripping on, we're trying to kick the leg backwards behind us. Just see what you can do. And then swing it through the side. And then rotate the femur in its socket to face forward. Let's sink directly to splits. Beautiful. Weight back over your standing leg. Make sure you're still at ankle. Maybe a little even hop back so we're slightly behind plumb line. And then let's go with our 7 times. The leg opens out just to the side and then bring it right back forward. Here's 6. And 5. 4. 3, 2, 1. Bending the knee out to the side. We're going to take another hip stretch forward. Either sink the weight directly forward, or if you need to keep some weight back, you can bring the head through. So whatever amount your hip wants, right? Good. Weight back. Either switch this foot out, step the other foot in, or swinging switch. Step one foot into the fabric and then the other foot out. Okay, when we're there, step the arch of the foot onto the fabric. The knee goes a little bit past the fabric, and then the right hand grabs the foot, slides it up, choose that perfect angle. Make sure the knee's far enough forward that it won't pop free. And then just one hand gripping on each side. Literally an inch or 2 forward is all it takes. Okay. Weight back. Split fabric to ankle. Splits forward. Like that first initial one for this side. See what this one wants to do. What is it capable of? And weight back. Hop pretty much under plumb line. Test it out when the leg opens to the side. See what it's capable of doing. Bunching up the strands, slide the left hand down, right hand up. Maybe sinking more weight to the side. Weight over the standing leg, just right hand grabs. Bend the knees and the toes behind, and then the left hand grabs. Okay, dancer's pose, but grip close to shoulders, elbows point forward, and then we start to lean forward, kicking the foot into the fabric to rise it up. Good. Quad stretch. Just lean backwards into the fabric. Good. Weight over our standing leg. Keep the right hand on. Try to see how much the leg can straighten up behind. Then swivel it around. All the way forward and through. Let's go straight to splits. See if it's maybe a bit deeper than the first one. Good. Weight over our leg. Pop back. Try to balance without, or you can hold on, that's fine too. 7 times I'll keep the leg open and bring it back. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg back and front. Right hand grips on the left side or pushes on the outside of left. Left arm tries to open up. The leg that's in front of us, try to cross it toward the top right corner of that. Good work. As we return, grip one hand on each side, bend the knee. Then this is that chance to just sink weight forward, stretching it out. Okay, weight back, slip the foot out. Now grip onto the fabric, both fists right in the center and hands pretty much touching, really close to one another. So from that grip, lift the hands up and then pull your arms back as far as you have the mobility. Let's hold here, keep the kind of like the rib cage and the pelvis zipped up tight with the rectus abdominis. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down, add an inch or 2 in between the hands, then go back up. Whatever amount you can go back. Pause there, keep breathing. The rib cage is zipped in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Add another inch or 2. And up and back. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Another inch or 2. And back. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go one more time. Choose whatever distance you'd like to travel. Take it back. We're breathing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming forward, slide it about as wide as shoulders. Bend at the waist, hips go forward. Any wiggles or movements that feel good. Maybe we twist all the way to front door and all the way to back door. When you're happy there, bend your knees, roll up. let's take one final vampire together for today. Coming up to the top of the fabric, wave it out. We're gonna take extra grips today to end us up right about the perfect spot. So instead of 5, maybe take 7 or 8, depending on how your hands are. You head on in. You should have enough fabric to take a thin layer over each shoulder and not too much excess besides that. So make sure it's a full cap sleeve over your shoulder. If you need a little bonus, you'll have to shift some to your shoulders. But when you've got your shoulders completely in, lay back. And you'll step the feet into the other end. If you have any excess, shift it down. Otherwise, you're ready to go up already. So each hand grips on, gathering a little bit of fabric. Each foot comes up and pushes into that fabric you just gathered. Toes turned out a little bit to lock it in place. Good. Once we're pushing out, we just rise upside down. This is our bend. Let's try something, and let me stop you rocking this after.
Yeah, too much.
Oh, just a bit. Okay, so what you'll do to get that, step your feet in. Just step it all the way to the fabric. Yep, and then you'll lift your hips up when you straighten out. So step in again. Yep, did that help it? Is that right? Okay. So then feet back up to here. And instead of wrapping, just lock it in place, pushing out that way.
I get complex.
It's all good.
Oh, much better.
Good. Then you can rise much more upright, and the
Yes.
weight just feels good. Good work. So this is kind of our last pose together. Some of us might be here for several minutes. If this is feeling amazing, anybody at any point when you're ready to come down, you'll just go straight to your shavasana. Just get your head back in, and you're resting already. So feel free to enjoy as much time as you want here. This is such a nice kind of final pose. Getting the shoulders away from ears just feels good. Here we'll begin our gradual return journey out. Let your breath start to deepen. And maybe little wiggles back to fingers and toes. Ankles and wrists. Good, stretch out like you're waking up in the morning. Maybe fetal position or maybe arms swaying to each side. Take the movements that help your body feel good, feel reintegrated. Sooner or later, when you're ready to sit all the way up, find our hands joining together in front of the heart, connecting back to this idea of alignment, feeling our very bones and muscles much more aligned at this moment. And perhaps even deeper levels, maybe spirit and emotions and mind. Maybe they're also aligned with us. So as we go forward, rather than wearing ourselves out, wearing out the edges of the tires, we're able to go much further, much more efficient. And so with alignment to lead us on, let's allow ourselves to wrap up the time we shared together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.